So today was mail day, and you know when the FedEx truck pulls up with a big box from CGC, you got yourself a good day here. So my name's Jim, I'm with CGC Sports Illustrated. This is an unboxing video, 15 slabs in this box. So if you gotta pause this video and go to the bathroom, get yourself a snack or something to drink, I get it, because we got a lot to go through here and a lot to talk about. Okay, so these were sent in under the basic modern tier. So these were, sent in probably over a year ago. That was back when I was on my Slam magazine kick, which I still kind of like them, but still not sure about them. So got some Slam magazines in here. Got a big first cover Slam magazine that should be two first cover Slams. Lots of other first cover Sports Illustrated, lots of issues first covers I've never owned before. And then of course always some repeats and stuff like that. If you want to follow me on social media, my username is CGC Sports Illustrated. I'm on every social media platform. Let's make sure I don't peek on these and we go the right direction. So do that. Subscribe here on YouTube. It's going to be a lot of fun. 15 big slabs to go through. Oh, real quickly. So while I'm getting set up here. So still the number one question I get asked is subscription versus newsstand. I've done a ton of videos about this and podcasts. Go back and watch those. But I'm going to give you a really quick kind of shot here on subscription versus newsstand. I only collect newsstand issues. So everything you see is newsstand. I don't talk about subscription issues. Cool if you want to do that. That's awesome. Here's why I don't. Sports Illustrated has come out and said they produce 2 to 3 million subscription copies every single week of every single issue. To me, that there are just too many in the marketplace. I mean, all of us that had subscriptions, most of us saved them, and we've got stacks and stacks of subscription issues in our basement. When everybody has stacks of them, it's generally not all that collectible. Sports Illustrated's also said they only did about 2 to 3% of that were produced for newsstands. So that leaves us about 20, 30, 40, 50,000 newsstand copies. And again, if you're coming from sports cards, you got to think of these more like comic books. Comic books were something that were read. Magazines were read. They were used. You opened them up and you bent them over backwards and you put bends in them and you left them on the table and your mom spilled, her milk on it or whatever, or coffee, or the dog walked on it. So newsstand Sports Illustrated are super, super rare, which is why we're into this so much. So again, if you're new to this, that's why it's all about newsstands for the most part. But if you want to collect subscription issues, that's cool too. Hey, either way, they look amazing displayed. Subscription ones just aren't as rare and aren't that collectible. All right, let's rock and roll. Get started. Okay, you know what? It's not bad. Not bad. Normally, I'd kind of be bummed out by this grade, but it's not bad. So this is Slam Magazine, Michael Jordan. This is God only knows. That's the headline on this. God only knows. So this came out in August of 1998. Pop reports, there is a 9.6, there's a 9.4, and there's this 9.0. So Pop 1 of 1, only 2 graded higher. If you've seen my other recent videos where there's been a lot of Slam magazines, you know they're extremely condition sensitive. They're poorly constructed. They just get damaged so easily. Add to the fact that we've got a ton of black ink on the front and the back, and high grades are going to be nearly impossible to get in that. That's pretty good. I'll take a nice Jordan semi-vintage. I mean, that's almost 25 years old. And to pop a 9.0 on that, do it. Not bad. Oh. Okay, so didn't get my labeling on this, and why I would have gotten, or certainly requested labeling on this. This is Michael Jordan's first Slam magazine. So this is Slam magazine number 6. That's how they numbered them, just sequentially, like that, as opposed to Sports Illustrated, where it was a volume number and an issue number. This came out on July 1995. There is one 9.8. I am the proud owner of the only Pop 1 of 1, none higher, 9.8 Michael Jordan first Slam cover. There's a 9.4 and there's 2 9.2s. 7.0, these are hard to find. 7.0 looks a little, oh no, there's my problem. Right there. Large bend that breaks color. That's gonna crush you. That's like it's anywhere from a single point to a 2-point deduction just from that flaw there. So I knew that going in, but in my opinion, can't ever have enough Michael Jordan first covers of any publication. All right, next up. Okay, so the good news about this, and I'm a big fan of this. I think this is a really underrated issue. You can see that it's 9.4. I did get my labeling. Isn't it bizarre that sometimes you get I request it on every single first cover I submit. If it's not already listed in the census as the first cover, I put that request on there, and sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't, but I got it on this one. This is the first Kurt Warner cover. So this came out on October 18th, 1999. 9.4. That is a pop 1 of 1. None higher. 9.4 seems a little harsh on this one. The other pops on this, there's a 9.0, there's an 8.5. I love Kurt Warner's story. And Hall of Fame, he went in the Hall of Fame in 2017. Those St. Louis Rams teams were absolutely incredible. I mean, they had their own nickname. Greatest show on turf. Isaac Bruce, Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, it was awesome. And I mean, really the beginning of the modern offense in football, where we're just going to air it out. We got a guy that can throw the ball a ton, and we got receivers that can beat your cornerbacks. It was just great. Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP, two-time NFL MVP. In 2021, the movie about, his kind of biopic came out, American Underdog, just about a year ago. I didn't see it. I need to watch that. But I thought those St. Louis teams in the late 90s, early 2000s were so exciting, so much fun to watch, and are really kind of a great snapshot in time. I mean, you can look at other, one-off teams. I mean, yeah, Joe Flacco and the Ravens won the Super Bowl. Big deal. Some of the earlier Ravens Super Bowls were marked by their defense and Ray Lewis, and so that was a little bit cooler. I mean, these guys were amazing. They had their own nickname. They had these massive superstars and Hall of Famers, and they were just the greatest thing in the world at that point in time, and they did it for a number of years. So I think this is a hugely underrated cover. I am a huge fan of it. I think I own 1 or 2 more of these that are either waiting to be shipped or waiting to be graded or sitting at CGC now. I'm a big fan of this first Kurt Warner cover from 1999. Happy about that one. Even at a 9.4, I'm happy about it. Okay, so shockingly, this meets expectations. I thought this one was going to be a 9.2, so a 9.0 isn't a tragedy on that. Did not get my labeling and did not get my variant breakout. I will tell you, in CGC's defense, they are better than they were about that. And I sent these in probably over a year ago, back at a time when it was very difficult to get them to, move the needle on that at all. They are getting better at that. So this is Fernando Tatis and his first Sports Illustrated cover. Look at my notes here on this one. So this came out on March 25th, 2019. There are 696s. There are 294s. There are 492s. I got this at 9.0. First cover variant alert. I need some sort of horn and a flashing light because I keep talking about this. We want first covers. We really, really want variant first covers because they are more rare. So this was I think this was a 1 of 3 variant. Yeah. The Phillies and the Jets were on the other 2 covers that week. This is a challenge that we've got in this hobby. CGC's wait times are still, 9 months is the posted wait time. I've got some under the modern and economy tier that have been sitting there well over 9 months or, pushing 11 and 12 months now. So it's about 9 to 12 months to get things turned around these days. 9 or 12 months ago, Fernando Tatis was a friggin' home run. A month ago, Fernando Tatis was a home run. He just got suspended for an entire year because of PEDs, and it has absolutely cratered his sports cards. And, all of a sudden, anything with Fernando Tatis on it, just not nearly as collectible. What are you going to do? But that's a challenge we've got. We're sitting here going, okay, where's the market going to be and what's going to be collectible in a year from now? because that's how long it's going to take our issues to get back from CGC. So it's a challenge. I'll give you a little tease here. I've got an unboxing video that's going to be coming soon. That's been at the issues have been at CGC for like 2 years because it was before I was pressing. So I had CGC press and grade them, and it's this snapshot in time because there's a Josh Rosen first cover in there. There was a time 2 years ago where Josh Rosen was a hell of a prospect, and I sent that issue in, and here we are now, all this time later, and Josh Rosen not doing much in the NFL right now. Hopefully Fernando Tatis will come back, but man, I mean, everybody's down on his stuff for good reason. I mean, the guy's going to lose a whole year. I know what this issue is. Recognize this cover. Gotten a ton of these graded. So hard, man. So hard to pop that 9.8 in this one. It's been on a lot of unboxing videos. Shohei Ohtani, it's his first Sports Illustrated cover, March 26, 2018. Variant first cover alert. Woo, 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 woo. That's what this is. It is his first cover. It's also a 1 of 2 variant. The Yankees were on the other cover that week. There are 15 9.8s. There are 7 9.6s. There are now 6 9.4s of this Shohei Ohtani first cover. I love it. He's top 10 in ERA and top 10 in home runs. The guy's he's a circus act. I mean, haven't seen anything like that. It's crazy. And I've talked about it a lot, and I'm a big Shohei Ohtani fan, and all that black ink makes it tough, and I saw a spine break that breaks color, and whenever you got that, no shot at 9.8. All right, let's go. Come on. Need to pop something. Need some 9.8s. Need some surprises. That's pretty good. I'm gonna be okay with this one. You don't recognize this. Back to Slam Magazine. It's LeBron James' first Slam Magazine. So this is Slam number 62. Came out in August 2002. Pop reports are there is a 9.4, there is an 8.5, and there are now 2 8.0s. So really difficult to get this in a high grade. And I've talked about this issue. I've had it before. I still think I've got a couple of other copies. I think 8.0, this is my best copy that I've had, my highest graded LeBron. So good issue there, and a tough one to find in a high grade. Kind of moving through these quick because I got 15 of them. And I don't even think we're halfway through yet. Now this I've got a problem with. Okay, you don't recognize this. This is the SI Presents collector's edition that they produced after the Milwaukee Bucks won the 2021 NBA Finals. So this came out on July 30th, 2021, about a year ago. There are now 2 9.6s. There's a 9.2 and there's 3 8.0s. Now it's condition sensitive, really tough. Lots of color, lots of dark color. Square spine, as all the modern Sports Illustrateds are produced now. All of those things give you problems. I hand select. I bought this off of the newsstand last year. I hand selected this one specifically because there were no flaws on it. I pressed it myself. So I'm more annoyed than normal at this 9.6. That is, we're just gonna move on. We're gonna move on, have good vibes, and we're gonna pop some great grades. I don't know what the deal is with this one. This issue is absolutely clean. So, you want to sit here and say that you found some flaw that I didn't see and it's a 9.6 or a 9.4 or even a 9.2, fine. Not very condition sensitive. White on the edges, white on the back. This is Michael Jordan's. This is the Super Michael issue. This is from March 20th, 1995. There are 3 9.8s. I own one of those. There are 3 9.6s. There are 4 9.2s. This is from the first time he came out of retirement. and went back to the Bulls. So it was right before the classic I'm Back issue. I've always thought this was a cool issue, nice caricature, kind of a Superman theme with him coming out of the phone booth and opening up the shirt with the Bulls uniform, little White Sox cap there, because of course he was playing for the White Sox when he was playing baseball. But that 8.5 is enough to make me want to throw up, because that don't look like no 8.5 to me. And that doesn't look like an 8.0. I clearly have some graders notes to read and find out what's going on here. This is Wilt Chamberlain. This is the Vanishing Center issue. So I'm not a big fan of, look back issues where, the athlete has long since retired and they throw him on the cover again. This came out on February 22nd, 1988. This is a Pop 1, Pop 101 with none higher. I thought I could get a high grade on this. I'll be honest. Doesn't make me look good, but I'll be honest and tell you, I thought I had a shot at 9.8 on this one, which is really the only reason why I sent it in. So for me to have this and see it come back at 8.0, those last two have me confused. Have me very confused. So we're going to push forward, see what else we got. So I get this one. This one wasn't in the best shape. It had a lot of color rub on it. But I get huge superstars. No matter what condition those issues are in, when I get them graded. So this is Derek Jeter's first cover. It does say first Derek Jeter cover on it. This came out in October 21st, 1996. So let's talk pops on this. There are two 9.8s. Real tough to get this at 9.8. There are 8 9.6s. There are 13 9.4s. Whenever I see that, whenever I see like a significant amount of 9.6s and 9.4s and very few 9.8s, it tells you that it's condition sensitive, and the reason is all that black ink up on the corners and along the spine. Great looking issue. Derek Jeter's super collectible. Just had all his, number retired by the Yankees. The documentary came out. He's keeping a high profile in the media. Great issue. Derek Jeter, first cover, 7.5. Not the best grade, but I'm okay with it because I can see the flaws on it. When I can see the flaws and I get it, okay, fine. I get a 7.5. That's probably a fair grade on that. That Wilt 8.0, I just don't see the flaws on it. It's frustrating. 8.0 LeBron. This is his first pro cover. And again, that's fair. I've got spine ticks that break color. I can see the flaws obviously on this one. First LeBron James pro cover, his second cover overall. This came out on October 27th, 2003. There are, remember what I just said about condition sensitive and very few 9.8s and a lot of 9.6s and a lot of 9.4s? Get ready for this pop report. There are 7 9.8s. There are 31 9.6s. There are 26 9.4s. It's a really condition-sensitive issue. Lots of dark ink on the back, lots of dark ink on the front. It is a very thick issue because it's the NBA preview issue. So that while that'll help you out with spine ticks and should avoid spine ticks, puts a lot of stress on that spine. So it's easy to get color flake on that spine, and it's really easy for those staples to tear. So you got to think about it. Staples are holding in a whole heck of a lot more pages than they're used to. And they're just grabbing on tightly, and that paper just starts tearing around the edges. And so with those thick issues, probably the best example is Michael Jordan's first Sports Illustrated cover in 1983. It was the NCAA preview. It is a super thick issue, and just about every copy of that I've ever seen, you see at least some tearing of the some tearing at the staple entry points, and sometimes on that issue, it's a lot of tearing at the staple entry points. Come on! I haven't gotten excited about the Kurt Warner. I was excited about the Kurt Warner. That's my best one in the box so far, but I would like to be more excited. I knew this one wasn't great. And that's probably a fair grade. I did get my labeling, not bad. Lawrence Taylor's first Sports Illustrated cover. It's also, they put that on there too. Mark Gastineau's first Sports Illustrated cover. So let's talk about this one. This is from September 29th, 1986. So let's talk about how rare and how difficult it is to get a decent grade on this. There is one 8.5 and there's two 7.0s. That's it. There are a couple others graded out there, but those are the highest graded copies. It's a very cool cover. Lawrence Taylor went in the Hall of Fame in 1999. Maybe the greatest defensive player ever. I mean, that Giants defense, and I hated the Giants back then, was just incredible. And Lawrence Taylor was a maniac. Go do yourself a favor. Go to YouTube and search Lawrence Taylor highlights and give yourself an hour, because the guy was just brutal and ferocious and incredible back then. 7.0, Lawrence Taylor, first cover. Not bad. I'll take it. Tough one. Tough one again. What I like about this, they didn't give me the labeling on it that I wanted. So what's special about this is LeBron James' first cover in a Miami Heat uniform. And I think that's important. It's important when we have these designations like that. I requested they put that on the label. Didn't get it on this one. So this is July 19th, 2010. There are now 3 9.2s. So this is a pop 1 of 3 with none higher. There are 3 9.0s. There's an 8.5. That's Dwayne Wade and Bosch on the cover with him there. But to me, that's an important cover. I mean, when he left Cleveland and went to Miami, that was groundbreaking. You had The Decision with Jim Gray on ESPN and that disaster. But LeBron did what he said he was going to do, won 2 championships in Miami. So it's a pivotal issue. It's an important issue because it's his first one in a Miami Heat uniform. Man, I just feel like I just keep coming up short on these. This is Tom Brady. This is his second. Yeah, this is Tom Brady's. Yeah. Actually, now I'm not sure about that. Anyway, it's a Tom Brady cover. It's from October 18th, 2004. I got this one graded at 9.2. I could not pull. The CGC census is being goofy lately, and for some reason, I could not pull the pop reports on this one. They just came up blank when I was doing my research for this video. So not quite sure how many of these are out there, but a Tom Brady early cover, like I said, his second, maybe his third cover overall, and a 9.2. Where's my box saver? Where's my issue that's going to save the whole box? This ain't it. You know what? I guess I can be happy that they're doing better on their labeling. This is Kevin Durant's first Sports Illustrated cover. Came out on February 19th, 2007. There are 4 9.8s, 13 9.6s, and 9 9.4s. There's another one. Very few 9.8s, a ton of 9.6s, and a ton of 9.4s. Really condition sensitive, full color black or back, lots of dark ink along the spine, and you've got a trifold there. And that's where I got my big downgrade, because you can see all of that white. Whenever you've got that front cover trifold, man, makes it super condition sensitive and a tough one to get. And that's why you've only got 4 9.8s of this one. But it does say first Kevin Durant cover, and that's a great example. God only knows what's going to happen to Durant in the upcoming season or where he's going to be playing. I mean, a year and a half ago, Kevin Durant was one of the biggest players in the NBA, and today you're like, geez, what the hell happened to this guy's career? That's it for this unboxing video. I'm sorry, it's kind of a bummer. I hope that they were at least interesting, and I gave you some good information about them. Hopefully the next unboxing video will pop some 9.8s, but that was a kind of a dud of a box. But I do appreciate you watching, and I do appreciate it when you subscribe here and leave me a comment on YouTube, and check me out on social media. Check out my audio podcast. Same username, every platform, everywhere. You can just search CGC Sports Illustrated. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.